Okay, so today's question is product of last k numbers, and we are given the following description. So we have to design an algorithm which accepts a stream of integers and retrieves the product of last k integers. So we are given three methods. One is the constructor, which is product of numbers. Another is add. It takes a number and adds it to the stream. And the third one is get product. So it returns the product of last k numbers in the list. Okay, so as the brute force approach, I'm going to take a list. So I will create a list of integers, and then I'm going to initialize it in our constructor. I'm using array list. One can use double-ended queue, stack, or linked list. I'm using array list because for array list it occupies less memory compared to linked list, and reading from an array list is faster. So if you're reading by the index, it is faster compared to linked list. Okay, so for our add method, I'm just going to do num list add num. For get product, I will take a number which will hold our product, and I will run it from k minus 1 till, sorry, I will run it from num list size minus 1 till num list minus k. So I'm going to do it this way. Okay, and then I plus plus numlist dot get. So numlist dot size minus I. The end of the loop. And we are going to return p. So let's see if our solution works. Okay, I forgot the parentheses, which is not a big problem. And it does. So let's try submitting it. And we got time limit exceeded. So the reason we got time limit exceeded, because we can have n number of queries, and for n number of get product queries, we will run this loop from 1 to k. So k would be different for each query, and we can expect that it could be equal to n in the worst case. So for this method, it will take on square. Okay, so since we have seen that our solution takes 1 square, which is exponential, so we are going to use a method called product array. So in the num list, we are going to maintain the product of each index with the elements from the previous indexes. So this will help us to find product from any index to any index. But now the problem that we have is that num can include 0 as well. So in the num list, if we have 0 somewhere, all other elements would be 0 as well. Now to solve this, every time we have a 0, we reset our num list and we start adding elements till we find 0 again. If it's 0 again, we will reset it again. So when we get this get product query, we are going to look if the size of our list is smaller than k, and if it is smaller, it means that somewhere the product has become 0. So we are going to return 0, since for that case the product has become 0. If the size is equal to k, that means for k last k elements the product was not 0, right? And that is what we are looking for. So we are just going to return the last element from the list. And if we get the size of the list greater than k, then we are going to divide the last element by n minus k minus 1th element. So that will give us that subarray, that product subarray will give us the product we are looking for. Okay, so I'm going to do a slight modification. Since we also have to maintain the product of previous integers, I'm going to do p equal to 1. Just in p, we can do that in constructor. And what we are going to do is we are going to do p star num. We are going to add p. Now since we can get 0, we have to handle it here. If num to 0, we are going to reset the list reset, and we are going to set p as 1. Alright, so now in get product we are going to check if the size of the list is smaller than k. If it is smaller, then we are going to return 0, because that means 0 been has been one of the elements in the last k elements. So we are going to do if num less dot size k 0, else if the size is same as k, I'm going to return num list get num size -1. Okay, now our final case. So if size is greater than k, in that case we need return num list.get size -1, or we can take p, because p will hold the same value. We can take it here as well. There's no need to do that. So p divided by num list dot get start size minus k -1. All right. So let's see if this works. Oh, reset is not a method. So for now, I will do this. Okay. So, okay, a very important point. So either we push this into else, or we can stop the execution here itself. So I will do this. Okay, our solution is accepted for the sample test. We're now going to submit and see. Alright, a bit bigger on the runtime, which is not a problem. And much better on